Hello there everyone, welcome to the channel if you're new, welcome back if you aren't, I'm EDJ, and we are continuing with History Marche's Hannibal series. So now we are looking at the Battle of Geronium. So yeah, last time we saw Minucius basically be more aggressive towards Hannibal, while Fabius was off at Rome arguing his case. So now that they are both of equal standing, Minucius and Fabius, they've basically decided to separate their force, divide their army already. What is the saying? A house divided against each other can't stand or will fall. So yeah, this wasn't a good idea. You know, divide and conquer. That's all they kind of gave Hannibal, right? So it seems like Minucius is going to go on the offensive now. It seems like he's actually just going to fight Hannibal. So we'll see how Hannibal does and if Fabius will... Yeah, overall, I guess we'll just see what happens. So yeah, guys, if you want to watch the original video, links down below. With that said, let us watch the Battle of Geronium, Hannibal Part 10.
Special discount for all Zyro website builder plans.
Oh, sure, then wait. Much better.
Just as the sun rose over the plain beneath Geronium, the guards woke up Minucius. Hannibal was just outside the camp. For the second time, Hannibal positioned himself on the ridge, from where he could observe all activities in the Roman camp. Minucius was not about to allow him to control the engagement. The Romans advanced confidently, having previously driven Hannibal back from the same ridge and forced him to retreat to his main camp. Minucius was now determined to finish the job. But this time, Hannibal was ready.
Oh no.
As the Roman light infantry
okay, so yeah, Minucius is the typical Roman go-getter, right? The typical hothead that Hannibal was used to dealing before Fabius and who he excelled at dealing with. Minucius did really well last video, I'm not gonna take that away from him. But, yeah, he caught Hannibal with his force divided, separated from his cavalry. So overall, he did very well, mainly due to those. But now that Hannibal is ready, now that he's divided his force, yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I don't want to just completely count this guy out like I did last video, but he might need luck this time.
Crashed into the Carthaginian line. It seemed like their push will again drive back the enemy. But just as his men began giving ground, Hannibal reinforced the line with troops hiding just beyond the ridge. Minucius responded by sending the Roman and allied cavalry up the hill. From his vantage point, it seemed that the Carthaginians have just about enough men to hold off his light infantry, and he was determined to break the stalemate. But as the Roman cavalry closed in, Hannibal called upon his Numidian and Spanish riders, who poured over the ridge. What seemed until now like another skirmish turned into a proper battle.
The fact that the fact that Hannibal's effectively able to hide hundreds of thousands of men and catches enemies unawares is amazing. The way he's able to like have these little sneak attacks. Like, man, talk about like coordination and just being able to pull that off is amazing.
Outnumbered, the Roman line quickly lost ground and was pushed back down the hill. With his cavalry fully engaged, Minucius was now unable to scout the battlefield for potential ambushes. Nevertheless, he ordered his legions forward, fearing that his troops in the front will get overrun. However, what the Roman general didn't realize is that he was sending his men straight into a trap.
Oh no.
During the previous
I swear, if Hannibal has somehow even hit even more men without anyone being aware, I'm about to be amazed right now.
night, Hannibal led 5,000 Libyans and up to 1,000 cavalry, dispersing his men in groups of 200 to 300, ordering them to conceal themselves in the ravines, hollows, stream beds and tree lines to the north and south of the ridge.
Oh my gosh.
The skill and discipline of Hannibal's troops was evident in
The fact that he's able to hide that many men and get them without the enemy being aware. Oh my goodness. The man is the master of creating traps, dude.
flawless execution of this potentially dangerous operation. And now, as Minucius's heavy infantry advanced up the hill, they collided with the overwhelmed Roman cavalry and light infantry, losing their cohesion. At that moment, Hannibal signaled his concealed troops to attack. From the mountain slopes across the river to the north and the ravines to the south, Libyan infantry and cavalry leapt forward. Some 3 kilometers away, Fabius could see that another disaster was looming. Left with no choice but to help the embattled troops, he ordered his men forward.
Today we're going to be trying the Dave's Hot Chicken Bites. These are basically a tender which is just sliced up into...
Okay, so... Oh man, I hate ads. But man, I'm actually surprised. I thought Fabius was not gonna help. I thought he was gonna remain true to strategy. So it is interesting to hear he's about to send reinforcements. But I'm telling you, this is like the perfect... Just watch Hannibal. At this point, it's like, as Fabius goes to help him, Hannibal even hid even more men in these places. He just keeps hiding, man. Oh my goodness. No, I think we're done with the sneak attacks, but... Man. Look, just complete... He completely got them.
Back in the valley, thousands of Roman troops were being mauled in yet another perfectly executed ambush. The sequence and timing of events over the past 24 hours, all planned and orchestrated by Hannibal, so as to lure Minucius into sending his cavalry early on in the battle, thereby depriving him of the ability to scout the vast battlefield, which prevented him from discovering the hidden Carthaginian troops, ultimately resulting in his entire army being ambushed. By now, many Romans gave up and fled, fearing another full encirclement. Seeing Fabius marching down towards the valley, Hannibal reportedly said, "That cloud on the mountains has broken into a storm at last." Finishing on
Hannibal, even if he doesn't fight Fabius, he probably feels like he won the battle. At least, like, the psychological war. He's like, I finally made him move. At last. I finally made you do something. Like, that's probably enough victory for Hannibal on his own, right? He made him break away from his genius strategy. So, Hannibal's like, finally, I've beaten you. Oh, man. Dude, man, Hannibal, just... so much genius on this man. I'm always in shock at just what he's able to do, man.
Of those who weren't able to escape, Hannibal ordered his troops not to pursue, turning his army back towards the main camp. He did not want a battle of attrition against a numerically superior enemy, half of which were rested troops, while his own troops grew tired after hours of fighting. Having defeated the Romans yet again, Hannibal began settling in for the winter at Geronium. Meanwhile, the humiliated Minucius returned supreme command to Fabius, hailing him as his father as a show of respect. Fabius, for his part, reinstated Minucius as his second in command, treating him with utmost consideration. As the year drew to a close, the Roman army stayed at a respectful distance from the Carthaginians, though sporadic skirmishes between scouting parties and foragers continued throughout the winter. Meanwhile, in Spain, the Roman strategy of putting more pressure on Carthage continued, as the Scipio brothers pushed south of the Ebro for the first time, successfully persuading a handful of Iberian tribes to join the Roman cause. This caused grave concern for the Carthaginian authorities, who sought to restore their popularity with the tribes by organizing the return of the hostage children belonging to the tribal nobility, until now held at Saguntum to keep the Iberians loyal. The Punic commander of the city entrusted an influential Iberian noble, Abelox, with returning the hostage children to their parents. However, in a stroke of luck for the Romans, Abelox instead brought the children to them as gifts and was handsomely rewarded. The Scipio brothers subsequently took it upon themselves to return the children to several tribal leaders, taking credit for their rescue.
Man, Carthage, you are one giant L, dude. If it wasn't for Hannibal, you guys would be getting... Oh my goodness.
This resulted in massive support for the Roman cause from the Iberian tribes between Saguntum and the Ebro. Back in Italy, Fabius's 6-month term expired, and the Senate did not renew his dictatorial powers, giving temporary command to consuls Servilus Geminus and Marcus Attilis Regulus until the following elections resumed in just a few months' time. And now, as the year 216 BC rolled around, a Roman army of unprecedented size was being raised, as the Senate prepared to mount a major effort to engage and destroy Hannibal once and for all.
Can I?
Credit goes to our awesome patrons who make...
Quintius Fabius Maximus was greatly revered by later generations as the man who had saved Rome by avoiding battle, giving the Republic a breathing space to recover from the defeats of Tribia and Transame and rebuild its strength.
Make videos like this one possible. Consider joining them to support our work. You can also support us by subscribing to our channel and clicking the bell button to get notified when our new videos are released.
The Roman Senate resolved on mounting a major effort for the campaigning season in 216 BC. Gaius, Terentius Varro, and Lucius Aemilius Paulus would be elected consuls and each given a double-sized army to destroy Hannibal.
And as always, thank you for watching.
Both armies remained in winter quarters until Hannibal moved towards Cannae. 216 BC. Oh dear. So we are about to reach the peak of Hannibal's genius. The next 3 videos, which I'm gonna take a break for today. Granted, these videos come out once a week. By the time you see this, you have to wait till next Monday. But point is, I recorded 3 videos in one day. I'm gonna rest, and then tomorrow I'm gonna binge watch these 3 Cannae videos to really just get the full experience. Man, just genius. I can't wait to see it, guys. We're about to witness the greatness of Hannibal next time. Bye, everyone.